And you have to do that in order for the country to develop. Lakini ukifika pale, we niambie, you are developing a public housing system. You are a cement manufacturer yourself. You are calling the private sector to discuss with them cement prices, and you are their competitor. What are you doing? You can't fight corruption in that kind of manner. So my response and my undertaking, my pledge to the people of Kenya is this. Exemplary leadership beats everything else. Leadership that can be trusted. Tufanye mambo watu wanaweza kuamini. Unaweza kukuamini. Ukisimama pale unawaambia, wanaamini, unasema ukweli. Huwezi kusema, oh, sisi tutabadilisha hii. And you have no capacity because you are compromised yourself to the bone marrow. Two, the institutions are there. The laws are there. Let us do the things that we need to do strictly according to the law. Finally, on the issue of debt. Lazima tukope, kusema tu kweli, ili tukuse uchumi wetu na tufanye maendeleo. Shida ni tunakopa kutoka wapi, na tena tunafanyia mkopo nini. The level, and nimesema mbeleni, the level of wastage in government is shocking. I mean, it's like we borrow money to steal it, to waste it, and to do all manner of things. I was even telling people the other day, look at how mwenye angalia mradi wa nyota. Katika nchi zote za Afrika ambazo zinahusika na hii mambo ya nyota, nchi yetu tu ndio rais anahusika na hiyo maneno. Nchi zingine hata Benin, Angola, Rwanda, huku kwingine hakuna rais kukimbia around the country and so on. Sasa kujifanya hii ni mambo yangu ya serikali nimewaletea na grant ya loan, grant ya World Bank. And then the resources that are spent there are incredible. Unapeleka mandege, magari sijui ya msina ngapi, wafanyakazi wa serikali wanalipa mapadiemu huko nini for a country our size. Na tumekopa. So if you deal with wastage, first of all, you borrow concession of facilities in number two. And number, it's cutting the cloth your size, returning resources to where they are supposed to be. Siku ngeni nimeuliza hapa, wakubwa wa serikali wakanitusi sana wakati niliuliza, unawezaje kuhitaji pesa mingi kwa State House kuliko Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital? Hakuna maternity ward pale, hakuna operation theater huko, unafanyia nini pesa nyingi namna hiyo? Na hizo pesa zote 17 billion, mimi ukinipea State House na unipea hizo pesa, hata before we start anything, nitatoa 14 billion kwanza. Nipeleke 7 kwa education, nipeleke 7 kwa health. Na hata hiyo 3 inabaki naweza kurudisha by the end of the year because unafanya nini? So if we stem wastage of public resources, we manage our public affairs in a disciplined manner, we will succeed. Let me give you an example in conclusion. Niambie hivi, wewe umeajiriwa mshahara, pale Mayani wanakulipa mshahara. Tuseme mshahara wako ni shilingi 1,150. Ukienda nyumbani jioni unakaa na mama, mwisho wa mwezi unapiga budget, tuko na fees, tuko na nini ya kununua. Okay, hii tunahitaji kununua plot ya kamoja pale Narok. Tutachukua loan kutoka kwa sako and so on. Si mnapanga vizuri namna hiyo. Why can't we do that to the country? So we are disciplined. That's why I said the other day, discipline is destiny. If we are not disciplined, there is nothing we are going to achieve. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. There's this question of conservation. The Mara counties, especially Kajiado and Narok, it's a fact. They live with wild animals. So that's to say they bear the cost of conservation without adequate, without adequate and fair compensation. How will you do to make sure that there will be fair, timely compensation, a reality for the victims of human-wildlife conflict?
You know, I dealt with this issue when I was in government. The challenges are twofold. Number one, poor budget allocation for this compensation. And you know, your poor budget allocation natokana na mismanagement of the revenue accruing from these facilities. Because you see, we were preparing an amendment to the law before we left government, and I suspect that even the current administration is trying to look into that amendment because it was being done by the Office of the Attorney General. If they're not looking at it, they don't do it, we will do it ourselves when we come to government. To look for a law where a special fund for compensation is created that is directly funded by the revenue from this environment, so that you see of necessity, say for example from the Mara and what have you, we say with the revenue structure we create, what goes to the county, what goes to the national government, and then a special compensation fund is created where directly every month that revenue goes there. So that when there is an incident of a human-wildlife conflict, the compensation does not take even a month because the funds are there, the structure is existent, and you do that. It's administrative efficiency, honestly speaking. Is waking up in the morning and managing things in the manner in which they're supposed to be managed without storming and so on. Secondly, also, is, as I said, is greater attention to the environment and the repercussions of that conservation and the protection of environment to the rest of economic activities, so that there are people who live there, there are people who engage in economic activities. How is it that you plan without catering or taking care of their interests and so on? So I would personally, I hope that amendment has been carried through, and I've not checked, I have to be very honest. I hope that amendment to the law has gone through Parliament. If it hasn't, I undertake to ensure it's done. So fed directly by the revenue from this conservation areas, and even part of the licensing caters for compensation, and you would even actually be sector, so that part of that revenue is paid as insurance premiums. To